If the law no longer protects me, then the law no longer applies to me. So if some guys pretending to be ICE or even the police think they're about to come start arresting people for jaywalking, you're in for a rude awakening. And if you think you're about to come knock on my door, you will be greeted by my best friend. And she's not so friendly. But on another note, does Trump supporters realize if habeas corpus is suspended, it will apply to them as well? You too can get arrested, doesn't matter if you voted for Trump or not. The fact that these ICE agents are covering their faces when they go to pick up people should really raise some type of alarm. People need to start forming neighborhood watch groups. If you see these people starting to approach your neighbors, let everybody know. Don't block their cars in with your cars. Don't flatten their tires. If they kidnap, because it's kidnapping, and they put somebody in their car, don't all jump in a car to stop them from leaving. And of course, this is all for entertainment purposes. They try to get you or one of your family members and they hit you with that, we're just following orders. Well, I'm just following orders too. No need to panic either, because when you panic, you're not in your right mind. People always want to say that I'm fear-mongering when you can easily go look this shit up. It's not fear-mongering if it's fact.
Just remember, if they suspend due process in habeas corpus, and they say it's just for illegal immigrants, how are you supposed to prove if you are a citizen or not, unless you are afforded that due process? That's something that so many of you dumb idiots on the right aren't getting. Suspending habeas corpus, getting rid of the rule of law, getting rid of due process means that they can take anybody from anywhere at any time. You will have no legal recourse to prove that you are a citizen.
They're about to suspend habeas corpus, which means if you get arrested, there's no defending your name. If you get detained, there's no going to court, baby. You're going straight to jail. You're going straight to whatever detention center they want to send you to. All I know is when they start deporting U.S. citizens, you better fight for your life. You better give it all of your might, because I'm not going out. Don't go to that second location. I'm not going to no fucking prison where the only way out is through a coffin. I'm not going nowhere where I'm never going to see the daylight no more. I'm not going. You better scream, you better shout, and let it all out. Don't let them take you, because it's more than likely that you're not getting out. Bitch, because if I go, I'm taking one of y'all with me. But I'm not.
Head Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, Stephen Miller, has announced that the Trump administration is considering suspending habeas corpus. Basically what that is, and if they do suspend it, it will suspend people who are detained or arrested from basically fighting their detention in a court of law. This can only happen in the time of invasion, which the White House has been strongly pushing the idea because of all these immigrants in this country. We are being invaded from the southern border. So, welcome to the fourth.
If the law does not protect me, the law does not apply to me. What do I mean by that? They are attempting to suspend habeas corpus right now. Essentially what that does is if you are arrested, you have absolutely no right to contest that and go through due process. It would be one shot done. They get you in cuffs, it's over. Every person, if this happens, if this fucking happens, everybody better carry. Because if they think they can just arrest all of us and not allow us to go through the fucking rights that we were given in the Second Amendment of the fucking Constitution, it's fair game. That's all I'm gonna say. War is on.
Have you ever heard of habeas corpus? Habeas corpus is a way to fight against being unlawfully imprisoned or detained. It's a kind of a safeguard to make sure you get due process. If you've been paying any kind of attention at all, you can see that Trump and his regime are constantly losing in the courts. Mr. Garcia, who has moved to El Salvador, they've ruled against that. They just said the Tufts University student that was picked up on the streets of Massachusetts had to be released. They are losing. So Stephen Miller comes out today. I swear there's nobody I've ever seen that looks more like a Nazi than Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller comes out today and says they are looking at suspending habeas corpus. So basically, it doesn't matter if you get the courts on your side, that Trump and his regime can hold you indefinitely without any protections, without any charges, just because they want to. The only time habeas corpus or suspending habeas corpus is done is when there is an invasion, like we're in war, or there's some kind of insurrection. Those are the only reasons why they would use this. As you know, we're not at war with anybody. We're not being invaded by anybody, even though they're trying to push this thing that because there's so many illegal immigrants here that's some kind of invasion, but it's not. So they have no justification whatsoever to suspend habeas corpus. It's absolutely outrageous to even consider this. But they're doing this because they're losing in the courts. Now, there is no invasion, but I guarantee you they're going to use the excuse that there's an insurrection. How are they going to do this? Very simple. On June 14th, there's going to be a giant day of protest. And as these things continue to escalate and more people start waking up and realizing that this country is being taken apart, that democracy is coming apart at the seams, the more protests there'll be out in the street. They will say there's an insurrection and they will suspend habeas corpus. I am 53 years old. I have never in my life seen anything like this ever. This is not normal. This is not okay. And we need to really organize and push against this. Absolutely insane.
They came for you. And that's what's going to happen if this administration suspends the writ of habeas corpus. They're going to start arresting anyone and everyone they deem an enemy or a criminal. The writ of habeas corpus protects anyone on American soil and ensures they have a fair legal proceeding. You can't just take somebody off the street, say they've committed a crime, and throw them in jail without a trial, without a lawyer. All of that, everything that is fundamental to the United States justice system, as flawed as it is, will be thrown out the door. Stephen Miller is talking about how they're considering how it's valid to suspend the writ of habeas corpus. And if that happens, people like Aaron Parnas, people who are journalists in legacy media, independent journalists, anyone in my comment section, me, anyone who goes on social media and speaks against this administration could be subject to arrest and detention, God knows where. And this is the last line. This is the final line. I mean, if you are not waking up yet, if this happens, it has not happened yet, if this happens, will you believe us now? And then they came.
So habeas corpus being challenged at this point, them stating that they want to suspend habeas corpus has got to be one of the most craziest things, especially at a time like this where we already don't even get no justification for things that's getting done to our people. They already don't give a fuck about fighting the cases for us and our people, right? But habeas corpus is a legal fucking way of basically helping us get these cases that's brought upon us challenged. You get what I'm saying? And it's basically a legal principle that protects us against unlawful detentions. You get what I'm saying? Now, it's a court order requiring authorities to bring a detained person before a judge, right, to determine if their imprisonment is lawful or unlawful. What's crazy is it's Latin for basically you shall have the body. If y'all only knew that the wordplay that goes on within the law firm with maritime law jurisdiction, but they claim this is in the United States common law. If only y'all knew. Y'all, habeas corpus ensures that no one is held without just cause, basically. In English common law, Article 1, Section 9. Now, it can be suspended in extreme cases like rebellion or invasion, but only by the Congress. You get what I'm saying? So it challenges to basically detention often involve claims of insufficient evidence, unfair trials, you know what I'm saying, or violating the rights. This is a violation of our fucking rights. You mean to tell me that you are going to take someone to court, right, but you're not going to take them before a judge to find out whether or not this shit is legit, whether or not they're being wrongfully accused from something they did not do? With everything that's going on today, are y'all seeing how they're taking back lots and lots and lots of rights? Lots and lots and lots of rights are being taken away from us, y'all. It's not just, y'all, freedom of speech has been taken away, if we're being fucking realistic. Freedom of speech has been taken away. The right to protest is being taken away.
and so much more has been taken away. On top of everything that's going on today, bro, habeas corpus is being challenged. Y'all fucking pay attention. Y'all pay attention, bro.
If they end up suspending habeas corpus, do not go to the second location. Yes, we have to treat them like that. Do not go to the second location, because I'm a firm believer that if you give somebody an inch, they'll take a flight. I think this will have a snowball effect, because okay, if there's no due process, do they have to report that I've been detained? Do they have to have some digital footprint, some carbon footprint, something tangible to say that I am in their custody? Because there are plenty of people who've gone missing and come up unalive because they were in police custody and they were the last ones to know where they were, but all of a sudden don't nobody know nothing. Do not go to the second location. Whatever they're gonna do, make them do that right there where you stand. Because how do I trust somebody who has basically no oversight over what they do? If they can hold me indefinitely for their interpretation of the law, how do I have my day in court? How do I prove that what they did was wrong? Is it going to be interpreted as wrong ever? And of course, it's usually a suspension and not necessarily doing away with it, but that's the thing. During the time that it's suspended, anything could happen to people. And we already got ICE running around with masks on and not identifying themselves. Some of them don't even have warrants. So if you suspend the writ of habeas corpus, now you're just making the problem 100 times worse. Do not go to the second location. If you have children, especially if you have a black child, keep them close to you. It's no time for them going out to explore, or they out with their homies. They just send you a phone call or a text and they say, hey, I'm gonna be out this late. No, you're not. You coming home. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come and get you, because this ain't even the time to play with these folks. And I'm gonna say it one last time. Do not go to the second location.
People, I've been trying to stay away from a lot of stuff. There's a lot of negative going on, but this right here, with him trying to, in this new executive order, people, this ain't none of that Project 21. No, he's already trying to protect the police to where they cannot be, let's say, prosecuted for doing things. But this right here, suspending the habeas corpus, is basically like suspending your second constitutional rights. This is basically what's really going on with ICE and them just taking people without having a warrant or anything. But if this goes on while he's in office, people, we definitely gonna have to pay attention, especially people that look like me, on what's the next move. Because they about to just be taking people and doing what they want with nothing to protect you.
So if they get rid of habeas corpus, there's no reason to cooperate with the police. Ever. Like, if you're not going to get due process, then anytime the police try to grab you, it's kidnapping. You should not cooperate with kidnappers. You should fight violently if necessary. Like, if you're not getting due process, you can't say you're arrested. You're being kidnapped. Due process is required for you to be arrested. You're supposed to have rights if you're arrested. So if ICE or anyone else is trying to grab you and they're not serving you with a warrant or anything like that or giving you your due process, you should fight that with every ounce of your being. Because wherever they're going to take you, you're not going to get a trial. You're not going to get a chance to defend yourself. Odds are you're just going to get beat up a lot and probably unalived. So you should avoid that at all costs. If they're gonna fucking say that the laws don't give you rights, then I'm gonna fucking say that the laws don't count for them.
And there you have it. Now you know what those two Latin words, habeas corpus, truly mean, and why they are far more than just fancy legal jargon. They are in fact one of the most powerful tools protecting your freedom as a citizen. So habeas corpus is a centuries old legal principle that literally means you shall have the body, but beyond the translation, it represents your right to challenge unlawful detention. So it's a safeguard against being locked up arbitrarily or indefinitely without seeing a judge or having a trial. In simpler terms, it means the government can't just snatch you off the street, throw you in a cell, and forget about you. They have to justify your detention in court. So this principle has deeply rooted in democratic systems, especially in countries that follow the English common law tradition, like the United States. It's embedded in the Constitution and reinforced by years of case law. And for many Americans, even if they haven't heard of it by name, they've benefited from its protections without even realizing it. But now there's a growing concern. Recent discussions and reports suggest that, the boss is considering the suspension of habeas corpus, a move that, if executed, yes, if it passes, would have deep and far-reaching consequences. So it's not just theoretical. It has happened before, most famously during times of war or national crisis. Abraham Lincoln suspended it during the Civil War. George W. Bush administration attempted to limit it in the aftermath of the 9/11, targeting people suspected of terrorism. Yes. So yes, it's not unheard of, but here's the thing. Suspending habeas corpus is not a small thing. Let's break this down clearly to make you and me understand. So if habeas corpus is suspended, anyone, citizen or not, can be detained without explanation, without access to legal counsel, and without being brought before a judge. In essence, the government could imprison individuals indefinitely with no accountability, no trial, no obligation, not even explain why. This is a frightening level of unchecked power, and it undermines the very foundation of due process. Now, the next question becomes, can a president actually suspend habeas corpus? Habeas corpus. So technically, yes, the president has the right to suspend habeas corpus, but with limits. Listen to this. The privilege of the right of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless when in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it. Only with that. So that means Congress, not the president, holds the authority to suspend habeas corpus. However, throughout history, presidents have acted unilaterally, sometimes without congregational approval, especially during emergencies. The good thing about this, as citizens, you are not powerless in this. If you value your civil liberties, your rights to a fair trial, and your protection from unlawful detention, then now is the time to stay vigilant and engaged. So here's what you can do. Number one is educate yourself. Understanding your rights is the first step in protecting yourself. Know what habeas corpus is and how it works and what's at stake if it's taken away. Number two, hold your leaders accountable. If there are signs that your elected officials are threatening constitutional safeguards, speak up. Yeah. Number three, I know this is not going to work anyway. I'm just saying it for the sake of my finding out, okay? To be honest with you, before digging into all of this, I didn't know just how critical habeas corpus really was. I thought it was just one of those odd legal terms people throw around in courtroom dramas, but it's not. It's a line that stands between liberty and authoritarian control. The fact that this shield of justice could even be considered for suspension in the 21st century should alarm us, all of us. These aren't just political games. This is about your right to be free unless proven otherwise in a court of law. So after hearing this, I'm sure you've watched all the clips, all the videos. I want to hear what you think about this. Are you surprised by how powerful habeas corpus really is? Did you know about it anyway? Did you know that it could be suspended? Or do you think the president shall have the ability to do that under any circumstance? Let's talk about this in the comment section down below. I want to hear your thoughts, your questions, even your concerns. This platform is here to inform, but also to encourage conversations. And right now, that conversation is more important than ever, as you can tell. So if this video opened your eyes or gave you something new to think about, habeas corpus, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We are just getting started in exploring how the system around us really work and what we can do to protect ourselves. I mean, this government is not getting any friendlier. And it looks like the palm color folks are really waking up. They are opening the eyes. especially those who are on the blue side. The red side looks like they're still kind of blinded. They're still hoping for the best. They are still hoping for better things to come. They're still hoping for prices to go down. They are still hoping things will work in their favor because of what they voted for. Up to now, there are still some of them are regretting. We've covered videos of MAGA supporters regretting voting for the boss, and we have some people who are still, thinking that things will get better. And I can tell you this: I don't think things will get any better anywhere in the world. I think we are going, I don't know, can I call them seconds to the end of the world? It's not even we are in the end times. We're not even in the end times. We are in the seconds of the end times. The things happening in the world are crazy. Yeah, it's written in the Bible. It says the rich will keep getting richer. The poor will keep getting poorer. Middle class will remain on the same level. Well, something like that. So I don't know why some people are still holding on to that, thinking that things will change, things will get better. Anyway, there's no harm in hoping, there's no harm in dreaming, but we should do it in a way that, anyway, I think I'm going out of the conversation. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification if you haven't already. I will definitely see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful.